Ladies and gentlemen, this is part 5 of our Fighting Fantasy Gamebooks review. So we've been going through books numbers 1 to 40 in 4 parts and that, and we've been give a little bit of a backstory on each book and maybe something about the author. And yeah, this is going to be number 41 to number 50. And yeah, if you like this video, then think about subscribing to the channel, and just give us a comment, tell us what you think. So yeah, let's check out this list, and let's continue with these little reviews. Let's check it out. Board games 4K. So number 41 is Master of Chaos, and yeah, this is another book by Keith Martin or Carl Sargent, and yeah, this one, a special staff that can save the world has been stolen, I think, or yeah, the Staff of Power has been nicked by the Master of Chaos. Funny old thing. And yeah, you've got to go and retrieve it from him before he destroys the world. So yeah, this one's a little bit different because you've got like a notoriety score, I believe, and so look, yeah, notoriety, and I think if your notoriety score ever gets too high, then you're forced to leave the city of Kabesh, I think, and you've got some skills that you need to choose from in this one. Yeah, you've got was it acute hearing, animal wisdom, blind sight, climbing, move silently, and a bit like sort of thieves skills, you know, in D&D. And yeah, this one's not too bad. It's sort of typical fare for now, the old Keith Martin formula, and he's written some good stuff for Fighting Fantasy, and yeah, we quite like this one. It's a good one. So number 42 is the Black Vein Prophecy. This is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's written by Paul Mason, Steve Williams. I don't think that's the journalist Paul Mason, but yeah, this is a bit of a weird one. I mean, it was written in 1990, so yeah, I mean, this is a bit weird. It's a bit like Creature of Habit, where you don't really know. So yeah, so you don't really know who you are, what you're doing. You sort of wake up and you think. I think the book, if I remember rightly, the book intimates that you come back from the dead, but yeah, you don't actually. There's no background on, I think, and you don't actually. It doesn't actually tell you anything. You know, it just goes straight into number 1. So if you have a look, yeah. So you've got the adventure sheet, and then you've got introduction, and then that's it. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit odd. Yeah, you don't start with any stats or anything like that, or anything. So yeah, I mean, this one's a bit weird. I mean, it's 1990, sort of. It's almost like these guys who wrote this are out popping pills at raves, because it is a bit strange. It's like a bit of a psychedelic experience, if you like. And yeah, so you did. It's set in the Isles of Dawn. Ancient forces are returning from the past, bringing chaos and war. Their intentions to blah blah blah. It's up to you to bring peace to the land once more. But yeah, you don't know where you are, you don't know what you're doing, and it's okay. It's not a bad book. I've read better, and it's just a little. Once you're fighting like an army of the undead, and it's got a new attribute in it called resolve, I believe. The way this works is that whenever you come across like an undead zombie or whatever, any sort of undead creatures, you have to test your resolve as you would like your luck value. And yeah, and then also you've got an alarm thing, so you've got this. You get alarm points for every time you make a lot of noise, and yeah, so yeah, it's just basically sort of a hunter-killer jobby, and it's not too bad. It's not too good. You know, I probably would have expected more from Jamie Thompson. He's written some pretty good game books in his time, but this one is sort of, yeah, it's just another run-of-the-mill average book. So yeah, so number 44 in the series is Legend of the Shadow Warriors, and this is written by I think it's Stephen Hand wrote this one. He wrote one of the other ones. God, what did he write? Can't remember now. One of the others anyway. Yeah, so he wrote this one, and this is this. You're like a veteran warrior who's come back from battle, and you've got this these mysterious shadow warriors keep appearing everywhere, and you've got to go and solve the mystery and see who they are, and because nobody really knows what they are. They look like sort of pumpkins or scarecrows or something. It's like Wizard of Oz, isn't it? But yeah, this one's a little bit odd because you can only ever carry one weapon, and yeah, so that's a bit strange. But other than that, it's not too bad at all. It's got some really good illustrations in it. I mean, who's the artist in this one? Illustrated by Martin McKenna. Yeah, so I think did he do Masks of Mayhem? I can't remember. But yes, it's got a nice atmosphere. This one. It's like a, like the old. I think the author actually described it as like a sort of a Hammer horror. He went for that sort of early Hammer horror feel, not the Dracula thing, but there's an old movie I remember called Vampire Circus, right, in the 70s or the 80s or something, and it's got that kind of like sort of medieval, sort of gothic. It's not gothic horror, but a sort of Hammer horror feel to it, and it's actually quite a good book. I've really quite enjoyed this one. It's quite atmospheric. So yeah, Legends of the Shadow Warriors. It's a yes from me. Number 45 is another one by Peter Daverill Evans of the erotic male fiction fame, and it's Spectral Stalkers, and it's a really bizarre book because you've got it starts off in a traditional setting of Titan, and by the end of it you've been dragged around and you end up in a like science fiction setting and all sorts of stuff, and you've got like a special score called the Trial Score or Trail Score, and yeah, this reminds me of, there was an old D&D module from the 70s called Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, and if there was any sort of similarities, it would be that, because that was a D&D adventure that took you out of the traditional medieval setting and moved you into like a sort of a space sort of science fiction setting, and yeah, this one's not too bad actually. It's the writing's quite colourful, and who did the illustrations? Have a look. Let's have a goosey gander. It's Tony Howe or Who, and yeah, they're quite detailed. I mean, if you have a look, they're quite nice, aren't they? Anyway, you'll see them moving about the screen and that. And yeah, this one's not too bad. We're on the up, thank goodness. It's like a roller coaster ride, this, isn't it? Like, you've got peaks and troughs, and yeah, we're finally moving out of the piss trough into better territory, put it that way. Yeah, so number 45 is Spectral Stalkers, and it's a decent book. Number 46 is Tower of Destruction by Keith Martin, and he's made another book. So yeah, this one is so you're wandering about the countryside, and suddenly you see this. It's called a Spear of Death floating across the sky, and you realise in time that it's actually this crazy wizard that's running around in this big tower blowing people up. So you decide to go and sort him out, and this one's like a race against time. It's got a bit of time, sort of a time mechanism in it, and also you've got like another attribute called honour, and that starts at 6, and you add to it or subtract to it during the game, and it affects your finger. Anyway, this one's bonkers. I mean, but I like it because it's so out of this world and so crazy that yeah, this is back to the sort of risk-taking days of Final Fantasy, where they weren't afraid to take risks and push the boat out and experiment. I mean, not like Skylord where it's just a load of junk, but yeah, this one is so mad and so off the wall that it's actually really quite good, and it's a light-hearted read. It's a light-hearted romp. It's not too long, and yeah, Tower of Destruction. Well, 3 in a row. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. 3 decent Fighting Fantasy books in a row. Let's see what's next. Number 47 in the series is Crimson Tide, and this is a bit of an interesting book. I mean, the writing's not great, to be honest, but it sort of breaks them all. I mean, aside from that, like, horrible, I don't know how I feel about that, the Fu Manchu character on the front. I mean, that's not great, is it? But yeah, yeah, this one breaks the mould in a sort of way. It's like a revenge sort of story. So you're in your village and your family gets killed, and off you go to get revenge from the court of the God King. But yeah, the thing about this one is you start the book at 13 years of age, and that means that your initial stats may increase as the game progresses. So yeah, it's all right. I mean, who've done the artwork? So Terry Oaks. So yeah, we've seen this sort of style of art before. haven't we? You know, and yeah, it's not too bad. It's just, I don't know, tries really hard to sort of be original, but I mean with this and some of the writing's a bit naff, but yeah, I mean look, you got like loads of little mini entries there, look, and that's a thing throughout the book. I mean, I don't know, it's all right, but it just seems like a bit of a filler. I think the name puts you off. It makes it sound like it's this big epic book, and it's actually not. Number 48 in the series is Moonrunner, and this is another one by Stephen Hand, and yeah, this one at the time, I mean, probably nobody thought anything of it, but yeah, as time goes on, I think this one gets more and more sort of like a prediction. It's like bizarre, but yeah, this one you'll sort of the war's over, and you've got this evil general. I think his name is Karam Gruel, and he's threatening to reignite the war. So you've got to go off as a bounty hunter across the lands and yeah, do him in. And I don't know if that's him. I think that's him there. Like, is it? Yeah, I can't really remember. It's been a long time, but yeah, this one's not too bad. You got the by now it's sort of generic skills, your acrobatics, climbing. That's becoming a staple thing. And yeah, I mean the thing about this one is like, you know, you're sort of hunting down war criminals, and depending on the way you look at it, you know, this was written in 1992, so this was around about the time of the first Gulf War. I mean, oh, I don't know, was Mr. Hand, was he watching the news a lot? Was he thinking about you know, I don't know. But yeah, Moonrunner, it's actually quite good. I mean, I think the author's on record as saying this is the most. He wrote three of these, three fighting fantasy books, and this is the one he enjoyed writing the most. And I think it shows because it's quite good. You know, there's a lot of description in this one. There's not many, like we said in the last book. There's not many of those mini, just, you know, tiny little one-line entries. So yeah, you get your money's worth. It's quite a thick one. And Moonrunner, yeah, I'd recommend this one. It's actually not that bad. Okay, we're getting there very slowly, but yeah, the number 49 is The Siege of Sardath, and who's that? Is that Sam Neill? Is that Sam Neill on the front? I don't know. It looks like him, doesn't it? Maybe he's got a part-time job doing covers for Les Edwards. Yeah, this one is written by Keith P. Phillips. I don't know what the P stands for, but it could be PP. What does it say? For centuries, the balance of pattern. So you've got to go through the forest at night. Yeah, I remember that. You've got to go through the forest tonight, and yeah, terrible creatures stalk the forest, and ancient elf paths are closed. No news has come from the distant city. So you've got Sardath's under siege, obviously, and the isolated town of Grimmen on the various. Do you know what? I can't even remember reading this one back in the day, and I do remember it had rules for ranged combat with a bow and arrow or something, and yeah, and you've got days of the week in there. Yeah, maximum of arrow 6. So yeah, you can use a bow and arrow in this one, but to me it was instantly forgettable, apart from the scary bloke on the front, and I think I probably only read this a couple of times because it wasn't that good. But yeah, sorry about that, I can't really remember it. A bit naff, innit? Should have really looked at it. But yeah, Siege of Sardath, I can't. Maybe this is why this goes for £1 on eBay, and some of the other ones go for about 250 quid maybe, because this one ain't that good. So number 50, we're back, and it's Return of Far Top Mountain. We're back in Far Top Mountain, and you could tell this is meant to be. This was meant to be the last in the series, because obviously over time, I mean, where are we now? 1993, is it? We're in 1992 still, and over time, interest has waned. Video games have taken over. It's in the days of the Super Nintendo. Everyone's got one of them, haven't they? So you know, Fighting Fantasy. Puffin have announced it's over 50th book. And yeah, we could even tell it's definitely over because Ian Livingstone has shaved off his moustache. There you go. So yeah, Return of Far Top Mountain, and yeah, I mean, clearly, I mean, Far Top Mountain as the first one, as a looking back, as opposed to some of the ones that have come out after that, it's not that good, is it? I mean, at the time it was fantastic because it was brand new, but it hasn't aged that well. And this one, for all its glossy 50s, it's all right, and it's got some nice illustrations in it, but it's another one of them. It's another one of them run-of-the-mill Ian Livingstone. Seen it all before, you know. It's all right. You know, it looks nice, and they describe in this one. They describe Zagor too much. You know, I mean, another fun fact is that Zagor is actually like a Swedish superhero, funny old thing. But yeah, they describe him too much, they bring him back from the dead. And part of the thing about Zagor is, in the first one, is that he wasn't described too much. You saw this picture of him at the end, but it was all in your imagination as to who you were having a scrap with, and he had them funny magic playing cards that, sorry, that's my washing machine going. He had these playing cards that he would use, and yeah, it's all right. I mean, probably, maybe they should have finished it here, I don't know. But, well, they carried on, because this one was so successful, they carried on with the series, and probably some of the strongest books maybe are in the last few. So yeah, I mean, Far Top Mountain, obviously we love the first one, so it's always good to have to go back, and you know, yeah, maybe they should have finished the series here, but I'm glad they didn't, because I love fighting fantasy. But yeah, number 50. So we're up to number 50. We've got a few more to go, well, quite a few more to go. You know, yeah, we're doing. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you thought it was informative, or if you thought it was rubbish, if you just thought I was waffling on about nothing, it don't matter. You leave some comments down below, you subscribe to the channel for more fighting fantasy goodness, more board game stuff. You can see behind me, we've got billions and billions of board games in the house. So subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.